Alright, so we got to get right into this thing here, guys, in this video, because we have 132 or 138 comments, something like that. And I've already made it through maybe a third, and it already took me an hour and 20 minutes of recording time to make it through that one-third. We need to dig right into this thing, so without further ado, let's dig right in. Hey, Black Sheep, been a viewer for a while. Well, I have a few tracks that I think you'd love. Please reach out, you won't regret it, and I am definitely interested in the off-roading, and it's definitely something I want to do in the future, so I'd be very interested to see what you have put together, my friend. Nova Wolf Gaming, what car or cars do you suggest for starter drifters in GTA 5? Now, I did make a video about this, where to start in GTA 5 Online. I would definitely point you guys all in that direction for this. What I would suggest is probably a Schwarzer, in all honesty. It's going to be good for single gear drift. It's going to be good for the clutch kick and speed boost glitch, whatever you want to call it. Oh, there's no clutch in this GTA. You know, I know. Need Milo asks, what's your favorite game other than GTA? Honestly, man, and all of you out there, and this might be hard to understand, but I'm not a huge gamer. I don't play a bunch of games. We have played Forza Horizon 4. We've played some Monster Energy Supercross. That's a fun game, but difficult. The newest one's very difficult. Hablas español? Oh, sí. I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. I really don't. Sacred _ do you think GTA gets boring sometimes? Definitely. It definitely does. I think everybody can agree with that that's been playing since day one, basically. LaShank says, is the Futo? Yes, it's still a good drift car. It's not the best competitive style, competitive technique drift car, but it's really good for single gear drifting, really good for ripping the handbrake in, and you can definitely link a line in as well. Max McDonald, thoughts on the new upcoming DLC? And by that he must mean the casino DLC. I'm very pumped for it. My most recent job has been a blackjack dealer at a casino. Table games dealer, if you want the actual position. So, numerous different table games. So I'm really curious to see what they add in, and I definitely have strategic videos, tutorial videos on how to play blackjack. Alan _, how old are you? I just turned 46 this past May. I'm a Capricorn. I'm just kidding. I'm 28. I know, I'm kind of an old fart. Just turned 28 this past June. Asian FGT fidget. What else do you do as a job? Well, for 4.5 years, I have been a blackjack dealer. Raiden Ravida, have you ever thought that you would be making very entertaining videos for 25K plus people to enjoy? Raiden Ravida. No. I don't think I really did. My whole goal when I started YouTube was to, in a couple years, in 2 years precisely, to try to get 10,000 subscribers, and then in hopefully, 5 years down the road, I would maybe be where I am today. But just over 2 years into it, we're at 25,000 subscribers, and there's no one to thank but you guys out there. So thank you all if you're supporting this channel. Sinister _, do you own any businesses or bunkers? I have owned pretty much every business and bunker in the past at some point in time in my GTA career. Other than the nightclub, I've never owned the nightclub, and I've never owned a hangar. Those are the two things I've never gotten to dabble with. But with the new character, we're digging into businesses and bunkers, so I encourage you to tune in to the new series. Have you ever tried to drift the Ocelot Lynx? I have not, actually. I know exactly what car you're talking about. Very nice looking car, but I have not actually drifted it. We will see. I do believe that one's too grippy to actually drift, but I hate to speak out before I actually try something. You know, it's like trying a food, saying it's nasty, but then you try it and you're like, damn, that's real good. Kind of that kind of thing. Kyler Tesher, why did you make a video saying it was the end, but not the end? Well, watch the video. It wasn't the end, damn it. Just a little trick to get everybody to tune in, to get on the same damn page, alright? That story, that basic. Nothing more than that. Donkey ass gaming. What's your favorite activity in GTA? I gotta say, free aim, full free aim, F the assisted free aim, TDMs with good people. 12, 15 real good people, 16, whatever you need to make. Yeah, well, 15 stupid. Why'd you say that, Black Sheep? 16, 12, 16, 20 some good people. That's a lot of fun. A real lot of fun. Full free aim, AR to AR, none of that explosive crap, RPG, none of that crap, okay? Lovely Dread618, why did you start a YouTube channel? Very good question. All of these have been really good questions so far, very unique questions as well. I started a YouTube channel, I'm not going to beat around the bush at all, for advertising reasons. I always knew I wanted to work for myself since I've been like 7 or 8 years old. I knew I wanted to start my own company. I knew at some point in time in the near future I was going to be able to start my company. And I figured figured YouTube was the best way to advertise to a large chunk of people. Whatever my content was, at least 1% of my subscribers would be interested in my product of whatever I had to offer. And, you know, obviously, I want to kind of make this clear right now that things have changed since then. Altered. Let's just say they've been altered since then. But I still have full intent of releasing my own company. You guys will hear everything about that once it happens. And that's why I started YouTube. It wasn't to be a YouTuber. It wasn't to reach out to 100,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers. It wasn't even to get 25,000 subscribers. It was just to get 10,000 in 2 years. Kind of an odd way of answering your question, Mr. Lovely Dread 618. But let's move on. Nathan Libo. Hey, Libo. Have you stopped doing Does It Drift? No, I have not. Obviously, since we have come back from our break, we've released the Sterling GT. I do want to make it a point that that video was recorded 3.5 or 4 months ago. Some of the things that I said in that video are not necessarily correct or accurate because of current times and current changes, but I want to make it a point that I've already specified this in the I'm Done video. I said I have some Does It Drift videos coming up, and I also went forward in that video to say that some of the videos coming up have been recorded in the past. So I think that we can kind of connect some dots. Stevie Wonder Kid, you need an editor? Yeah, I probably do need an editor. I probably do. It's one of the hardest things because I stack up a bunch of footage. My editing is somewhat in-depth. It's not crazy, so it's somewhat doable, especially to where we're at right now and to myself. But Mr. Stevie Wonder, if we ever get too excessive in the future, comment that same thing in the future. We'll see what we have to say. Lynx, why did you start to like cars? Yeah, another cool question. I don't really know why. I've been drawing monster trucks and cars and dirt bikes and four-wheelers and snowmobiles since I was very young. And I've always just been into the motorsports and motor activity style of a lifestyle since I've been very young. And that's still what I'm into to this day, as you can go see on my second channel, Dipstick TV. We cover motorsports lifestyle in the real world, no games involved. So I can't answer your question completely, but that's the best answer I can give you, Mr. Blinks. Ali, Grand Ali. What is the first GTA you played? The original. I played the original, and I'm not saying that just to be cool or sound cool or fit into the crowd. I really played the original GTA. The overhead GTA. I remember only a couple things. I was pretty young. I was born in 91. I've already told you I'm 28, just turned 28. And so that came out in like 96, 97, 98. I want to say 97 without digging into my phone and going into Google. I only remember the flamethrower. I remember the overhead view. I remember a couple little things that you had to do in the game. And then I remember a couple cars that I really liked to chase down. I don't really remember what the cars looked like, but I remember there was a couple cars I'd always chase around, get that damn flamethrower, and start wreaking havoc. Why did you start drifting in GTA? I have a video about this. This video right here, GTA 5 Storytime, How I Learned to Drift. We visit the location. Pa'it Arts. Pa'it Arts. You are hungry? I got some breakfast pizza right here. I might be kind of hungry. Nizam Adnan. If you e-brake, can it make drift wider? Yeah, it can. It can. It all depends on speed. So you're going to be incorporating in the handbrake slide with your drift. Obviously, I'm assuming you're doing the competitive drift technique. You can come in at full speed, rip the handbrake with a little bit of Scandinavian flick style of an action, and that can definitely make it wider. And if you kind of engage the clutch kick, speed boost glitch, whatever you want to call it, since there's no clutch. 6 years of playing, we get you. Second time in this video. Thanos Caravaz. What is your favorite car and bike in GTA 5? Favorite car in GTA 5 has to be the newest entity XX, whatever. The Koenigsegg is very nice. Favorite bike in the game has to be either the Sanchez, the original Sanchez, or the Zombie Bobber. How are you making all the money? All the money as of up to this point. Prior, we did all the glitching, we did all the money-making schemes, we played the missions, we've grinded out, we've done pretty much everything in the game. Coming up to a couple years ago, we started just buying friggin' shark cards, I must admit. I have a decent job, over $100 a day for 8 hours of work. You put that $100 into the shark card, you make $8 million. Can you make that $8 million in 8 hours of grinding in the game? It's to be debatable. So how are you making all the money? It comes down to, in the past, we've done everything. We then went to shark cards. Now we're at the new series with a new character where we're not buying any shark cards and we're grinding legitimately with no glitches. So if you're laughing at me for buying shark cards, if you've glitched glitched, you have no room to laugh at me. Daniel Nasir, how do I join your drift tracks? Well, you have to be on Xbox One if they're published on Xbox One. I do have 1 or 2 tracks published on PS4, but I don't have many. I don't have a PS4 anymore. It's extremely difficult for me to keep up on 2 consoles. It's difficult enough for me to keep up on 1 console. Although I don't have a PS4, I have access to one, but I don't. To answer your question, Mr. Daniel Nazir, if you are on a console that I have a published track on, you download the track either through Bookmark or through Social Club. You find the track name or whatever you're trying to go. Or on YouTube, I have some links of tracks. I go down through the playlists on my channel. We have a download link playlist or whatever. Not a ton of tracks, but we have a few tracks out there. You go on that, you download it, then you press start, you go to jobs, you go to my jobs, you go to stunt races or bookmarked or whatever it is, or whatever they are, you go from there, and they should pop up there. Yariel Ramos, nacho cheese or Cool Ranch Doritos? Nacho cheese, 100%. Wes Hun, will you ever make merchandise in the future? I definitely planned on it and looked into how much it was going to cost me. It's going to cost me somewhere in the range of $6,500 to $7,500 just to get started in t-shirts. Considering that I've made less than $3,000 in 2 years on YouTube, it's a big maybe at this point in time. I really want to. I would love to. If my company comes to the point where we do release merchandise through the company that's not related to all this, maybe we'll release some exclusive gear for Black Sheep TV that you can support through there. $7,500. I have the potential of making that back in a couple months, but I also have the potential of never making that back, and that's the really scary thing about that. Currently, that's more money than I have to blow on anything right now. Dipstick Life asks, can you play Forza Horizon 4? I definitely can, and maybe we will in the future, but I really just want to kind of stick to the GTA 5 content for right now. It's what made the channel. It's what everybody tunes into, so to spend my limited time on making content and editing content, let's just stick to GTA 5 for now. _Ollie _200612 would you do a drift school for PS4? I answered the PS4 question already. I have access to one, but I don't really have time to get into dual communities and going forward with that. I know it sucks. Again, I don't have anything against it other than I just have more preference to Xbox. Faded Arizona. That's actually kind of a cool name. How can I make money as a new player in GTA 5 Online? Again, I have to quit repeating yourself, Black Sheep, but you got to go check in the new series. That's what we're doing. The first series might not, or the first season of the first series might not show a ton, but we're getting into it now. I've been putting in some really in-depth grind sessions, and we're millions and millions of dollars up and in the bank. Glad to be where I'm at with the new series, but it also took a ton of time, and you guys will be seeing that episode to episode as we move forward. Cash King asks, how long have you been playing GTA games for? I answered that earlier. I think 97 was when the first game came out. I can't say it was 97 when I actually played the game. Had to be 97, 98, 99 when I played the game. I remember the uncle that showed me the game and allowed me to play it had the original PlayStation, a Dreamcast, and something else, but maybe like a Sega Genesis. That answers the question, basically. We got to kind of keep moving here because we're already 25 minutes in. I don't know if we're even a third in now again, but we're moving quick. We're moving good. Kevin Stubbs, will you be posting more now? Yeah, absolutely. I never intend to take breaks. I must say that, but when I take a break and I come back, it's always explained why I took the break. Way more than I need to explain to any of you guys. I hate to say that and sound mean, but like a lot of it's always personal reasons, things that I'm moving forward with. Like, for example, the last big break of 3.5 months, working on my nonprofit organization, 501c3, nonprofit, tax exempt, moving forward with helping military veterans that are homeless, disabled military veterans, foster kids in low-income homes, and also, since I'm a big pit bull breed person, rescuing a small amount, or at least a manageable amount, of the 5 bully breeds, which are the highest euthanized 5 breeds in the country here in the United States. That goes hand in hand with my company, which is a completely different thing, which takes more time than the nonprofit, and we're running around getting more and more and more people to get with this night. So yeah, will I be posting more now to get too into it? Yes, I will be, but you guys have to understand that big priorities. I want something real in my life. I want something that I can work 12 or 15 hours a day on for myself, know that it's going to pay out well, and rather than working 8 hours for someone else and knowing that I can basically make my bills and that's it. That's not a life I want to live for the rest of my life. I want to be on my own, and that's what really comes in priority to me. So Midnight Club Still Canceled asks, what's your dream car? Man, I think this is asked a couple times because I got right past this, and that's where I had to start it off because we were already like an hour and 20 in. What's my dream car? I don't really have a dream car or a favorite car. I have a lot of cars that I would love. Now, affording to drive it and going down that whole realm, again, that's not really considered in this question, but aside from your question, the next car that I really want to buy, or a couple cars that I really have in mind that I want to buy, I used to own a 1994 Impala SS. It's a really cool car. 94, 95, and 96 were the only years they were made in that style. It's a Caprice body, but yeah, it's whatever. I had a lot of fun with that, and I owned that in high school. 17, 18, 19 years old is when I owned that car. Sold it off, and I haven't had a super nice car since then. So the next car I want to own is either a 96 Impala SS, which would match that car, black, or maroon. I like the maroon, or even the greenish teal. I like all the colors. We can always wrap the car too. Or more realistically and more preferably, 1985 to 1987 Monte Carlo SS. I say more realistically, not because it's cheaper, but because I'm more into it as of current time. So yeah, a little bit in depth, but let's keep moving. The homie from 530. Do you have any fully tuned car to do rally? I do not as of current, but we will in the futures. Scrub Master, do you have any tips for the daily grind? Money making suggestions. Again, I must say, new series coming out. Maybe not so much in the first season, but we're grinding now with businesses, and we got a good series. The Professional on YouTube, pretty damn good series, a pretty good damn channel, I should say. It's not a series. He makes numerous different series, but he really talks about the different ways of making the most money you can. The big thing is, to be a millionaire, you got to kind of be a millionaire, so just grind up as much as you can in any way you can to make a couple million. Once you have a couple million, don't blow it on cars. Invest it in something, and it's going to take a couple days to make that couple million back into whatever you invested in, and it kind of is, it takes a while, but that's how GTA 5 is, and that's just the suggestions I have. Yeah, that's the channel I would push you into. I just recently kind of started watching that channel. Good channel. Guy is relatively intelligent, and yeah, I definitely suggest his content. Prodigy_Stangs. When's your drift school starting? When is drift school starting? Now, I purposely did not give you guys a date in the past because I knew some type of a stall was going to be coming. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Turned into 3.5 months. Was not intended, but again, I knew something was coming because we were starting to really going to be putting a lot of time into the non-profit. All I can say is maybe not even soon, but in the relative future. So within the next couple months, next few months, and there's only going to be 2 episodes, 2 classes. It's going to be held on Xbox One. There's going to be the first class of the first night. It's going to be single gear drifting and the technique behind that, helping everybody out. And the second night will probably be a week or 2 after that, and it'll be the clutch kicking, competitive style, speed boost glitch, whatever you want to refer to the style as. So it's coming up in the future. Will be 2 different styles, 2 different episodes, 2 different nights of explaining and teaching. Soldier Boy, why do you drift? Are you going to play GTA 6? Well, of course I'm going to play GTA 6. I think this channel will really strive once we get into GTA 6, especially if there's drifting-oriented content to be provided there. Why do I drift? I got into drifting in about 2014 or 2015, probably 2015 in all realisticness. I always viewed it, I knew about it maybe in like 2002, 2003, but it was like this super expensive, like crazy thing that only rich people did, or super sponsored people did, because you pretty much went through a set of tires every couple... Jesus, I'm throwing my controller again. You pretty much went through a set of tires every time you were out there on the track, and then aside from that, if you crash your car, it costs how much ever to fix the damn cars. Kind of a fully very expensive sport, and that was the worry I always had with it. Long story short, it is what it is. I finally realized in about 2015, drifting was pretty badass, and whether I could afford it or not, we could conduct it in video games. And it's just kind of the reason that we do drift in GTA 5 Online. So, that is that. That JDM Guy 1, are you going to bring back the Desert Rally series? And or the rally tournaments. Desert Rally series, I don't know about the Desert Rally series. We probably are going to ixnay on that series. It takes just as much time as the Desert Drift series, and we have another series that's coming out that's kind of relative to all of this stuff as well. So we might be able to kind of hit all of the stones that would be in this Desert Rally series, but be able to be much broader with it, which is much more efficient for a YouTube channel, let me just say that. And or the rally tournaments. The rally tournaments are a much more big yes. As I said, there's like 8 things that are on my agenda to try to offer and rally tournaments are one of them. Dyer, what do you do when you get bored on GTA Online? I log off, man. I just log off, and I try to eventually, maybe I'll watch some GTA 5 videos of some free aim content or some money grinding content, something, and sometimes that really does motivate me to get back into the game. But when I get really bored with the game, I log off, because otherwise it's going to get stale, and it has the potential of ruining the game for a long period of time. Post_the_communist. If you were drifting IRL, what car would you pick? In real life, because of my financial ability, and I'm sure you weren't keeping that in account when you were asking this question, but if, you know, what I could afford, we'll answer it both ways. Whatever I could pick would be the FD3S, full-on RX-7 with a full-built rotary engine. If I had a really good rotary mechanic, that would be the dream car. More realistically would be either a 240 of some style, either the S14, maybe the S13, it's hard to say, whatever we can get our hands on there, or a RX-7 of the prior model of the FD. And that would be probably with an LS in it, something V8, something more efficient necessarily when it comes to bringing it to a track and not needing work on it every single time you drift it. Connor Powell, when are you going to upload Dipstick TV? I have been recording on a video actually recently about getting the Civic back in the garage. We're going to be, well, we'll talk about it in that video. Yeah, we want to be uploading on there relatively soon. I don't know how consistent I can be, because I only have 1,800 subscribers over there. We have 25,000 here. So it's very hard to say when I'll be uploading consistently, but we will be uploading at odd and ends times. Gaming Cucumber. Have you ever tried drifting the Futo in GTA 4? It was pretty damn good for power sliding. I guess maybe I did know that the Futo was in GTA 4. Did I know that? I don't know. Maybe I didn't know that, but I never did drive it. Or I never do. I don't have any recollection of driving it there, and that was far before I was ever into drifting. So, yeah, it's kind of where I'm at with that. Maybe it was really damn good for power sliding. I'll just take your word, Mr. Cucumber. Ethan R302, Black Sheep TV. I watched your series how to make a track, but you didn't show how to go to the track. Not a complaint or anything, just wondering. Yeah, so you make the track. If you made your own track, you go to start, you go to online, my jobs. If it was a stunt race, you go to stunt race, and it should pop up right there in your menu. If it was one of my jobs, you go to start, online, either jobs, click on jobs, bookmarked, I think, bookmarked, and then they should be in there. Stunt race, whatever the race may be. 8-6. What type of cars do you like more, USA made or import? Man, I like all cars, imports and USA. Yeah, I don't know, that's a tough one. I think most of the cars that I would dream about or want to own are import, but there's a lot of really, really, really cool US made cars. Like the next cars I want to buy are either a 96 Impala SS or an 85 to 87 Monte Carlo SS, non-aero scoop. Redneck Productions. Can you do another Dajiban, mate? I love the van and would love to see a new video about it. Maybe we will in the future. The Dajiban is kind of a difficult one to hold tandems with. Kind of a difficult vehicle to hold an event around. But maybe it's possible. Maybe there's enough of you out there that want to see this happen. Comment below. Let me know. Kirk Reddy, would you consider playing GTA 5 on PC mod videos? Well, if I did play on PC, there would probably be mod videos, even though I would be a complete virgin in the mod community. Although it would not be GTA 5, it would be GTA 6 if I got there. We will be holding a poll. What would you rather see on this channel? PS5, the new Xbox, or PC? And we'll be kind of figuring out what our power modem is behind this thing. Dash Shoelace. Would you ever make a drift school series for beginner drifters to work with you in a lobby to become better? You had to have seen the video, Shoelace. You had to see the video after Confident Drift School series. Yes, obviously we do want to offer that. I did offer more information on that earlier in this video, so definitely, hopefully you did not skip through this thing. Does the Comet Retro Custom still drift? Yes, from what I know, and the last time I tested it out, it's a great car. Nothing's been changed with the handling line. Are you still doing the Does It Drift series? Yes, as you've seen, we came out with the Sterling GT, and if we haven't come out with the Hot Knife already, we also have the Hot Knife coming up soon, and then we have a couple other sweet treats for you guys too. Kais or KYS. When did you start drifting in GTA and what inspired you to do it? Again, go check into that video that we showed earlier in this video, that story time video. That'll show you exactly what you want to know. Outlaw 58D, will we see any video involving Amaura in the future? Probably not the Electronic Motorsports Racing Association in the four-letter word officially. Amaura itself is Black Sheep TV. Everything that we offered through Amaura is Black Sheep TV today. It's just what you guys wanted to see and what you didn't want to see. And unfortunately, there wasn't enough activity and enough desire to see the full, like, let's have this category, let's have this crew, let's have all these drift crews that are all lined up. It just wasn't quite there for that. So we had to abandon the four-letter Amaura crew. But the Electronic Motorsports Racing Association on GTA Online for Xbox 5, Xbox, the new Xbox and the PS5 is it's Black Sheep TV. That's what the channel's all about. Skelly, why did you start YouTube? Love your vids, by the way. We answered this earlier. We started for advertisement reasons, for company reasons. It's a very, very powerful platform, probably the most powerful platform as of current on the internet to advertise on. And it turned into so much more since then, and now we're making GTA 5 videos, and we've made a few grand, which is pretty cool. I haven't cashed out any of that money, but that's something that can go to something. FDM Fanatic, can you help me learn to drift? Yes, Mr. Drift School coming up in the future. Hopefully you're on Xbox One. I have been driving for a year or so and still cannot get it down. Again, single gear or clutch kicking competitive style, we'll be getting into it. Hopefully you're on Xbox One, you can come. KG007, do you think Rockstar will care about the drifting community in the future? Oh my goodness, good sir, that's a good one. It all depends on what size the community is. Right now they don't realize what the community is doing, and therefore all of these persuasions and different views and different comments and negativity comes into play because everybody has a different view in this thing. Well, not everybody, but there's 3 or 4 different big types of views in this thing, and everybody thinks they're right, unfortunately. That's just the modern society we live in. Hashtag YouTube life. Can you please do some drift sessions on PS4? Again, I cannot say that we will on PS4. Probably if we go to PS5 or Xbox, the next Xbox or PC, that's where you'll be seeing the next group of big drift events. We'll be holding a few more on Xbox One, but that's where we're at right now. Dark Loss, what's the Discord, and why is the benefactor Schwarzer spinning out when I try to drift it? 2 questions. What's the Discord? We don't use the Discord anymore. I haven't used it in a long time. Maybe it's still active, but I need to go in there and just kind of get rid of it, because the Discord in itself was something that people demanded to have, and I finally gave it to people because they wanted to have it. And then it was like the first few days I used it, I was trying to get people to come into my session, and I was getting people responding, don't comment to me, don't at me, don't do this. And I'm like, okay. So I started deleting people off. And why did I get deleted from your damn Discord? It's ridiculous. And that's the kind of crap you deal with, unfortunately. So I said, middle finger up on the left hand, middle finger up on the right hand, both up simultaneously, F Discord, and we're going to move forward with doing what we need to do to make this a decently consistent and successful channel, okay? And Discord just unfortunately is not it. Why is the benefactor Schwarzer spinning out on you when you're trying to drift? The Schwarzer has no difference in the handling line over the past few number of years, and it would just simply be because you need to flutter more, okay? You need to flutter the steering more. You're holding in one steering direction more. Maybe if you're on Xbox One, you can attend the Xbox One Drift School seminar. If not, you'll be able to tune into it and watch it, and hopefully you'll pull away some good information from it. Dayashi, shout out to you. What is one car that isn't in GTA Online that you would like to see? Personally, I want a 2002 Celica. What is one car in? Yeah, the 2002 Celica is a cool car. Definitely an interesting car. Unique, too. It's not something I would think of right off the bat. A car that's not in there, Flip Up, FD3S. I know we have seen some traits of in the Banshee 900R, but that would be the coolest car to see. Other than that, just any drift car. Any drift car. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what car it is. Hopefully it would be something import-like, but just something with like the original Viserys line or the original 900R line. Something like that. Counter Elite. Are you going to do a Does It Drift on the Chibarakalada? Yeah, I will. We have been hearing some more and more suggestions. Yay, new vid. Also, would you ever make a Forza channel? I would never make another channel. We already have 2 channels. I've pretty much already shown that it's going to be difficult for me to keep up with both channels, but that was already kind of an intent. I never had an obligation to post to either channel, but whatever channel was more obligatory, obviously being Black Sheep TV, since we have more views and more subscribers, we got to post over here more frequently than we do on the other channel. But to make a whole new channel for a whole new game, not gonna happen. The biggest virgin on the internet. Tell me about your car, model, year, horsepower, etc. I own 3 vehicles. 2 of the vehicles are going to be getting sold here in the next couple months if I can help it. My daily driver is a 2004 Audi A4 3.0 liter, so the V6 version, and it's the Quattro, so it's an all-wheel drive car. It's nothing special. It's just a decent 4 seasons vehicle here in Minnesota, and we kind of go from it with that. I also have a 98 Civic EX with the D16 Y8 stock engine. We have a full 421 header coming into a high-flow cat and a cat back exhaust with a 4-inch back. I have a full coilover system, 18-inch wheels, low-profile tires, a spoiler, all that good stuff. Those 2 vehicles that I just explained, those are the ones that I need to get rid of. We need to sell those damn things because I just don't utilize them enough for what they are worth. So get rid of them and put the money into hopefully a 85 to 87 Monte Carlo SS. Let's move into it for that. Also, my other vehicle is a 2001 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 heavy duty gasoline truck with Flowmaster exhaust, 37-inch Cooper tires, Supreme suspension, 6 to 8-inch lift, and kind of some other goodies from there too. Tinted headlights, tinted taillights, tinted utility lights, all that good stuff. Tune into Dipstick TV to see more with that good stuff. Tossif, Tusif, what cars would you like to be added to the Nightclub DLC? Nightclub DLC, aren't our drip feeds done with the Nightclub DLC? I think it's Casino now, Casino DLC, in which case I kind of already explained it, just any drift car. I would like to see a wide stance offset lifted truck like the Sand King, something with a longer bed than the Riata, something that's newer like the new Sand King, the new model. Also a 2-stroke dirt bike with no lights on it, plates that you could put numbers on it, liveries. That'd be real badass. I'd take that all day. Super Asian, do you drift in real life? I do not. I just cannot afford it. I would love to do it, but hopefully in the future I can drift in real life. I would love to do it. What cars are you looking forward to in future DLCs? Just answered that one. It's a great question, but literally we just answered that one. Will you make up a story of drifting, kind of like roleplay? I'm not going to do that in GTA 5. We'll see how GTA 6 comes out. We'll see if there's an editor with that. Maybe we'll make some short films with that. I have a friend that's really into short films, so we'll see kind of what happens with that. Braxton Wright, will you ever do grip style toge? That's a good question. Initial D-type racing. I'm on Xbox and no one does it. I look all the time. I'm sure you do, man. I haven't seen much of it either. And yes, it's one of the 8 things, toge racing. I even have a line set up in rough draft of the toge racing. So yeah, definitely we want to see that happen. Contact, non-contact, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. It'll be 2 at a time. We'll have a lot of fun with that. But yeah, that's coming up. I subscribe to your GTA 5 drift tutorials from your drift. Hope you get, well, I appreciate that, buddy. I really do, and thank you for subscribing. Will you or do you have any plans of collaborating with other content creators? Yeah, I mean, I've always been pretty open to collaborating with people. I've never, ever once collaborated or been shouted out by anybody that has more subscribers than me. I've been hated on by a lot of people. The main standard on YouTube is you want to collaborate with someone generally the same size of you because you both should somewhat benefit from the collaboration. It shouldn't be a one-sided street. That's kind of the issue. It would be really cool, and I always have an open book to collaboration. Do you have an Instagram, Twitter, or any other social medias? I don't for Black Sheep TV. We do have the Dipstick_TV Instagram channel, adding on a nonprofit and adding in a company to that, adding in an additional YouTube channel, adding in your own personal life. There's only 24 hours in a day. You can only do so much. Semi-Samaritan, one question. Why are you so awesome? Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Samaritan. Why am I so awesome? I have no clue. If I am that awesome, I appreciate you. Why am I who I am, and why have I made it to where I am? Maybe that's a better way of answering the question. We've put in time. We've put in effort. We try to make the best consistent material that we can, and we try to post the best way that we can too. I'm not just going to give you something crazy. I'm trying to give you something the best I can. Sometimes here in the recent times, we've given you some outdated videos, but it's because they were recorded at one time. It's either trash them or give them to you now and just kind of give you guys the information that's willing to be taken out of it. Noble says, favorite car in real life. We already answered that one. I'll just say, again, we need to get that damn Monte Carlo SS. Favorite thing to do in GTA Online, TDMs, free aim with people you know. Favorite music genre or favorite real life car. Well, since the favorite real-life car thing's already been asked. When I do a burn, it goes forever. Even goes harder in wet weather. Right now, I listen to all genres of music. I can, like, any genre of music you show me, I can find something in it that I can enjoy listening to. I'ma go sideways round the bend. But my favorite music is probably always going to be rap or heavy metal. Milate George, he answered another one. Favorite mission in GTA Online? Los Santos Connection. Are you going to upload more? Again, we already addressed this, but yes, we will be uploading more videos. Bob_8_do-da-ba-ba-do-da. So what happens when you attempt to go to drift event, but you power slide? There's going to be some people in the drift event that hate on you, man. People that say some dumb shit about you, and that's going to kind of just happen. I'm never really going to single you out. I might say something silly to you and see what you really have behind that power sliding, see what kind of style you have, see what kind of skill you have, but I'm never going to kick you out of an event. I'm never going to single you out and say, hey, look at this piece of junk in the corner. That's never going to happen. I would encourage you not to do that. It really makes for a lot of pileups and a lot of crashes because you're heading at a way higher speed and then e-braking down to a lot slower speed, and everybody else is just at a consistent speed. It makes so many crashes and so many pileups, and people get upset. Midnight Club still canceled. Have you played Midnight Club? If so, which one? I played Midnight Club 2, Midnight Club 3, Dub Edition, whatever it was. I don't remember what that was. On the original Xbox, too, so it's an older game. It's quite an old game. Midnight Club Dub Edition. Whatever it was. And I never bought it, but I rented it literally about 12 to 15 times. Every time I went to the one store that we could rent the games from, I'd make my mom rent me that one. And I would just keep progressing with the same character. And my mom never bought me the damn game. Ever. Nico Car, Netcode65_. What car would you like to own in the future? 85, 87, Monte Carlo, non-aero back, black. Go drag racing with me. If you are on Xbox One, keep your eyes open because we want to release. That is one of the 8 things on the agenda to also release is drag racing with a one track, the Los Santos drag track, the official track that would have a 1/8 mile mark, 1/4 mile mark, and half-mile mark. What would your dream car be? That includes mods or any aesthetics for your car. Man, I mean, if you're getting into wanting aesthetics and stuff, we're probably talking like a GTR Liberty Walk kit. A $300,000 GTR. E3V Ghost, do you play any other racing games? If so, which? Yes. I've played Forza, I've played Midnight Club, I've played many racing games. One of my first big games I got into was Mario Kart. I've always been into racing games, really like them. I've always known that racing line and been decent at driving and racing in most games once I figure out the line. Mr. Braden, have you ever thought of getting a car and drifting in real life? I absolutely have thought about it. I think about it many, many times. Many frequent times. Elpo Hub, will you ever do a non-crew car meet? And why Black Sheep Gaming of all names? Laughing my ass off. Love the videos. Are you laughing your ass off at my name? God damn it. Will you ever do a non-crew car meet? Laughing my ass off, non-crew car meet. Ha ha ha. I've never done a car meet. I kind of think that they're a waste of time. It's like 12 minutes of good content, and then someone just blows your ass up, which is stupid. But we do little car meets, little impromptu car meets before drift events. We've done little things like that. We've shown little things. That's about the extent we've got into. Why Black Sheep Gaming of all names? Black Sheep, I've been the black sheep of my life, literally. The black sheep of my family, the black sheep of my friends group. I've always done my own thing. I've never followed anybody, whether that's cool or uncool. I don't ever give a shit, and that's why it's Black Sheep. Black Sheep TV, it's drifting in GTA 5. How many people really drift in GTA 5? Yeah, a chunk of us, but we're all Black Sheep when it comes down to it, guys. Hate to break that news to you, but we're a very small community here. Semi-Samaritan again. Okay, 2 questions. Will you ever join GTA 4? Will you ever join GTA 5 RP server? Then you can drift whatever cars you want to trainer. That's only one question and one statement. Son of a gun. GTA 5 RP server. No, I won't, because I'll need to be on a PC, so GTA 6 RP server may be more realistic, but that's only if we end up on PC for GTA 6. Then I can drive whatever cars I want with rain. Yes, then I can. Yes, that is the truth. Sabotage BMX, do you speak with Rockstar directly about the drifting community? No, if I did, it would be much different, my friend. Unity Racing, do you plan on making a drifting community on GTA 6 on PS5 when it comes out? If I'm on PS5, yes, but if I'm on Xbox, whatever it's called, or PC, then no, unfortunately. I'm going to pick one platform and I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to stick to one character through my entire career this time. Going to be a lot different with GTA 6, and it's all planned out. If I do make other characters, I'll still only really stick around with that one for my main content. How should I go about joining or making a drift club or crew? I love drifting but have no one to do it with. Joining or making a drift club. Right now I would suggest joining a crew or a club, because there's not a lot around and there's not a lot of people left around to join up in a crew if you made one. So making one is very difficult. You have to go through a whole process of figuring out who's going to actually join it and who has the quality and the skill to do it. So you're going to be talking about making tracks or downloading tracks and going through a judgment process and join something. Just straight up join something. And I wouldn't even really worry about joining a club or a crew based around drifting. Just worry about getting into events. There's only a small number of people that hold events, but you can still get out there on events. We will be holding more on Xbox One. So if you're on Xbox One, keep your eyes peeled for that. Last God of _Thunder. What's your favorite car IRL? Again, I'm not going to answer that one. Not going to go too far in depth because we've already answered it. How's things with the fam? Do I smoke weed? I've smoked much weed in my past. I really have. I hate to elaborate on that at all, because it's not really something I condone doing, especially if you're under 18. If you're over 18, I don't really give a shit what you do, straight up. But currently, no, I do not. Ellie Zenith, what's your favorite car, dream car you've driven or want to own? At Black Sheep TV. My favorite car that I've driven is probably 2002 Corvette or my 94 Impala SS. Favorite car I'd like to own. Again, we've elaborated on this. Cameron Davis, is there even a community on PS4? Because I really like to drift tracks when I see feature, but so far they are all on Xbox, and that's kind of true. Yeah, all of mine have been on Xbox. There is no big community on PS4 from me. There was at one point in time through CRP. Maxilock, Maxillock, would be someone I would point you in the direction of, but he's been someone that's pretty consistent with the community. Very talented individuals with that. Casper Wilkin, what's your favorite car? Man, you guys all want to know that one. Do you drift IRL? So favorite car in real life, we already answered that. Do I drift in real life? We already answered that as well. By the way, I love your videos. Thank you a lot for teaching me to drift. Not a problem, Mr. Casper. And again, hopefully you have not been skipping through the video, because we have already answered all of your questions. What has been your favorite YouTube video? My favorite YouTube video, man. Favorite one that I've made is probably Building Banshees. It's one that I made with a friend who doesn't often play GTA 5. And he grinded like hell with me to make that money. We made the money, and he was learning how to single gear drift at the time. So we single gear drifted, and it was a ton of fun to make. He said a lot of silly things. He did a lot of silly things. And that Building Banshees for 850K video is got to be my favorite one that I've made. Mafia level .99. Mafia level period 99. Hard Willy. What's your favorite Skyline GTR? R32. Easy to say. What's your real life car? Real life car, 98 Civic and 2004 Audi A4. Both are going to get sold. What part of Minnesota do you live in? I have been pretty coy about answering this question. Generally, we live in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Lansky, is there any underrated drift cars in GTA you think should be used more? Well, obviously the Comet Retro. It's a great drift car. Top 3 drift car, and people don't use it very often. Also, the probably one of the biggest ones that come to mind when you think of underrated and overlooked cars is the Shyster Fuselage. You can put a spoiler on it. You can run it without a spoiler. You can put any wheels on it. Doesn't matter. I mean, I don't even know if wheels matter. I tried to prove that thing wrong with putting some off-roads on there, and I couldn't prove the damn thing wrong, so I don't really care about it anymore. It's just what I'm saying is you can do whatever you want to that car, and you can still drift it. It's a fun little car. Creep Pusher, what is one series that you would like to see come to life in the future on this channel, and how can us as subscribers keep this series coming alive? How can you help it come alive? Well, every series that I've wanted to see come alive on the channel, I've just made happen. But there is going to be something big at the end of Series 1, Season 1 of this new series with a new character that I'm going to release. And you as subscribers can come help support that by becoming involved. And you will be involved by coming and playing with me right online. So don't want to divulge too much about that, but there's going to be some stuff coming. And that's the real, not so much series, but base of videos I would like to see come to the channel that you guys can help. Wither Spawner, what's your favorite driftable car in GTA Online? Favorite driftable car, I mean, you can go down the Rapid GT realm, but mine's always been the Banshee 900i. Virtue, why do you only have 25,000 subs? You deserve more. I've been getting this comment since day one. Why do you only have X amount of subs? You should have more, and I appreciate all of you guys that believe that, but guys, we've already exceeded my damn expectations, okay? I just got to say that. We've already exceeded what I expected to happen, so from here, we're in uncharted territory. We have no expectations other than we'll see what happens. But for right now, I have to keep my priorities in check, and this is not priority one. Are we ever getting the revised tutorial on how to high-speed drift? I did say, yes, I was going to show you a controller tutorial. If the drift school doesn't explain fully in depth to the standard where it explains to everybody that still hasn't figured it out, then yes, we will. Tech Fury asked, do you ever plan on collaborating with other small drifting or any other channel really to help expand a new drifting community? If so, have you had any channels you would like to collaborate with? Now, I've collaborated with a few people. Therapy, which completely stabbed me in the back. We've collaborated with a few people that are prevalent in the community that just have not actually started with channels or social medias or whatever. We've collaborated, and I've been pretty humble with it. I really don't care how many followers or subscribers they've had. I've just been humble with it. But again, we've explained this earlier in the video. The real premise behind collaboration on YouTube is to find someone equal size of you or larger that's willing to collaborate, because it helps you just as equal as it helps them. And that's the real premise. And so far, I've had not one person anywhere near 25,000 subscribers come to me. I'm not saying that in any type of shock. I never expect people to come to me, but I don't have anybody shout me out. I don't have anybody work with me. And that's really just kind of how it comes down to play. What, in your opinion, was the best drift car ever in GTA 5, including all patches? Viserys might have taken this without the patches. 900R on day 1 through whatever, the first week or whatever, may have taken the cake too. Those cars were really, really great drifting handling lines in the game, but they were patched up, and that's where we're at today. So there's no real comparison anymore, because it's hard to remember what things were like that long ago. So we're kind of screwed on that, but it's one of those two. Steph PC GTA player, what got you into drifting and inspired you to make this channel? Sorry if you have already answered this question. Thank you. What inspired me to make the channel? Why I started the channel? We did already answer that. And why I started drifting, both in the game and why I got into it in real world. Both of those also have been answered. So hopefully you have been listening in. It's a top rated question. I'm glad we've already answered those aspects. But let's keep moving on, because we're at almost one and a half hours of recording time here, guys. Why don't you try 5M drift servers? They have awesome drift handling and cool cars. Anyways, I've always been a fan. Please answer. 5M, I haven't tried it simply because I don't have a PC that would support anything near that kind of a server. Killian Martin, what is your main source of income in GTA Online? Prior, my main source I gotta say, it's been shark cards, man. It really has. Yeah, let's elaborate again. I did answer this earlier. I have done it all. In the beginning, we were legit as legit could be. We repeated, replay, mission after mission after mission. Started with Violent Duct, went to Base Invaders, then it went to Rooftop Rumble, and we played those goddamn missions over and over and over. Me and a Cali crew, Wolf Pack, whatever the hell it was called, just Wolf Tag. It was like 15 of us that played relatively regularly, and pretty much every day you could log on and someone was on in your crew and you could grind those missions. That led into months and months later of glitching. Let's duplicate bikes, let's duplicate cars, let's make money that way. And that started getting really boring for me because there wasn't a lot to buy in the game, so I just filled up a whole damn garage full of 10 adders, and that was the most expensive car in the game, and that's kind of where we got. So I went into the MC community. I got much more relevant with learning free aim and learning how to be a skillful shooter. And what's come into play is I only have X amount of time to spend on the game. So me having a fair job, it's not a good job, but it's a fair job. I can work one day and make my money for a shark card. And if the game offers me 50% extra on a shark card, I get $12 million for 6 hours of work. Well, can you make $12 million in 6 hours of grinding in the game without glitching and supporting the community? And I'm going to pull down these damn replies to see what people say, what they're making for, well, I don't know. We'll see what these replies say. I'm guessing they're what they make for online income. But people that are buying shark cards are giving you that DLC that you want. Peachy Skyline. Why is Skyline always shark cards? LOL. Ah, Skyline. And then he replies, laughing my ass off. So let's dig into this a little bit further. So I guess maybe when he says shark cards with capital laughing out loud, as if he's laughing his ass off that I buy shark cards. I didn't even realize this comment was here. And unfortunately, Skyline, I kind of downed you because you're a glitcher. You duplicate cards. You have, I'm not going to out anybody else that's already commented on this, but they help you duplicate cards. Unfortunately, Skyline made a very bad example of that. Elpo Hub, if you could add 3 cars from GTA 5 to GTA 6, what would they be? This is a freaking phenomenal question. Man, 3 cars. 3 cars is what you're asking. So, I'm going to assume you don't mean trucks and you don't mean bikes, you don't mean anything, you just mean cars, because that'll make it a little bit easier on me. The Koenigsegg, I got to see that the newest entity, XXR or X or whatever the hell it is. Tempesta, the Tempesta's a nice car too. And I'm not going to put over anything like the Rapid GT or Schwarzer, because we don't know what kind of handling lines are going to be over there. And I don't really love those cars, how they look. I just like how they drift. So we're going to stick again with another third expensive car. Man, I'm pausing here. I'm really thinking. Those 2 cars. Just one more. Man, Futo. Let's just call it Futo. All right. Why do you upload so inconsistently all the time? From Just a Skyline. Man, that's not a very nice question, but I'm sure it's, well, with 19 thumbs up, it's a question just like I was about to say that people want to hear answered. 7 replies. So let me answer it first, just like I have traditionally, without reading any replies, and we'll see what people have to say. I did respond to this question. It's been a couple days. I think I responded something like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'll do my best to address that. By that I meant, obviously, we will definitely address this question in this video and explain why do I upload so inconsistently all the time. Well, this is going to be kind of a little bit elaborate of an explanation. For one, I've already answered all of this. I've answered this many, many times. Not just once, not just twice, but many times. I'm 28, all right? We already explained that. I'm working on a company because I want something for myself. A company is a huge priority to me. My number 1 priority. Maybe aside from like family and my dog and keeping food on the table and a shelter over my head, like starting my company is a huge priority. Next in line, because I want to have a company and want to succeed and hopefully get money in my life, I would really like to have a nonprofit organization that I can put some of my money into to help me with taxes and also really help people that need that money instead of the federal government. So that would be really, really freaking awesome. That comes in to a huge priority in second place. Third place, I have a job. I have a job that I have to work every single weekend pretty much, most of the week as well. If I work 2 days a week or I work 7 days a week, it completely varies. It's so hard to tell. I don't know my schedule any more than 12 to 15 days ahead of time, and that's it. So it's really hard for me to consistently do anything, let alone do something like Black Sheep TV and GTA Drifting, which is not priority 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Maybe it's in the top 10. Maybe it really is. But listen, guys, I would much rather help military veterans that are homeless. I would much rather help foster kids that are eating shit food and have a basketball and a basketball hoop as the only thing as their entertainment. And I'd much rather save friggin' pit bulls that are getting killed because of overpopulation and savior in kennels over playing GTA and showing you guys some drift content. And take that offensively or take that as you may, but I view that as priorities, guys. And I guarantee anybody out there with the common sense in their head and the real heart in their body can understand what the hell I'm talking about. Playing GTA in comparison to things that are real world, real deal stuff. Making $3,000, under $3,000 in over 2 years. That's priority. That's how you want me to come in consistent. I have some issues with that, and that's kind of an issue. So, not kind of an issue. It's fully an issue. Let's see what people have to say about this. Why do you post? Why do you upload so inconsistently all the time? Not just some of the time, all of the time. Need Milo says because he's not doing YouTube full time. He's an adult. He needs to do other things. You're goddamn right, Mr. Need Milo. He's very, very well put. And I need to do other things because I have obligations in life. I have bills. I got a phone. I got a truck. I got 3 frickin' vehicles. I got insurance payments. I got rent. I got a number of things that we're not even getting into here yet that I need to buy. And that's aside from, okay, well, let's look at Dipstick TV. Now I need dirt bike parts, and I need truck parts, and I need to fix snowmobiles, and I need to do all this stuff too. Oh, and I should work out, and I should be getting all this stuff in too. And if you're going to work out, now you need to eat 6 meals a day. So now you need to do dishes 6 times a day. And all that. Do you understand how much time goes into a full life? And that's exactly what I want to live, is a full life. So Need Milo, you say it very well. He's an adult, and he needs to do other things. Thank you, my sir. Need Milo, okay, Skyline's going to be responding to you. You told me that I'm an adult, and I got things to do, and Skyline says to you, yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that for the people that do have the responsibility, myself included, won't be able to upload that much. Okay, let me cut it off right now. Skyline, I know you're trying to put yourself on my level. You come to me and talk in line when you got a company, when you got a nonprofit aside from that, when you got a full-time job that you got to work out, and you got a channel with 25,000 subscribers and another channel with 1,800 subscribers, then yourself will be included in this, Mr. Skyline. I don't mean to put you down. When you start going inactive for several months at a time without any announcement makes it seems like all the trust you put into him go to a waste. We'll leave it at that. So I responded to that, like I said earlier. That sucks you feel that way, man. I'll do my best to address this. At this point in time, I didn't even read this question. All I read was his original comment and responded to that. Didn't see any of this stuff going on. Looks like he did respond. Well, the thing is, you had so many people who supported you. I had so many people who supported me. So this is all people that no longer support me, people that I had and no longer have, right? Including me, of course. Didn't necessarily mean it to mean that, but including him, of course. So he supported me, and he had support. He doesn't have support, which, again, it does say a lot. I understand that completely. But after you just stopped talking to people and went inactive, those people mostly just gave up and went inactive themselves. All right, well, this is a double-edged sword. So if I'm the only one that's holding this community together, then why am I not getting the recognition for holding the community together? Because I certainly don't get that kind of a recognition. I don't get that type of a praise. I don't get that type of people don't look at me like that. Maybe you see something that I don't, but from what I understand, there's people that stab me in the back that think that they run the best drift community out there. There's people on PS4 that are just as good as me, if not better than me at the editor and at drifting in general in the game, who do very well, who are holding the community together. They may not have much support or many subscribers, but that's what you have to realize. The community is not big. There's not much support to give. If that ruined the community and they all went inactive themselves and it's all my fault, then the most important thing to ask is, does the RE7B drift? So we're going to leave it there, guys. I'm not going to get all riled up about anything. I'm not going to get into anything any more in depth than that. I do appreciate all of you guys supporting this channel in any way that you do. Liking, comment, and subscribing, sharing the videos if you're sharing the videos. It really does mean the world to me. It really does mean the world to me. It helps this channel grow, and honestly, it is why I'm still here today. With that said, I hope you all stay happy out there. Please stay positive. I know that's hard to do at some points in your life, especially when negative things are happening. But keep that positive view, keep that positive energy, keep that energy around you, and ultimately, you will live a better life. With that said, once you remember to do so, we will definitely speak to you next time. Freaking 2 hours. God damn it.